My name is David Spears. Before I was called into ministry, I spent years in law enforcement. I saw firsthand what happens when seconds matter, and help was minutes away. Today, I'm a pastor of a small Southern Baptist church. I also serve on our church safety team. I carry legally, I train regularly, and I believe deep in my bones that protecting God's people is a form of service, just like preaching the Word of God and caring for the sick. My hope is that you don't wait for a crisis. Preparing now doesn't mean you're living in fear. It means you're watching over the flock God's entrusted to you. You don't have to wait. In this video, we're going to walk through the essential elements of church security, what it is, why it matters, and how to build a system that fits your church's size, budget, and calling. We'll also touch on a few deeper topics like writing a full security plan, getting the right insurance, and creating a real-world checklist for your team. And if you want to dive deeper, we've got full posts on each of those. I'll point them to you along the way. In Charleston, South Carolina, a man sat quietly through Bible study before opening fire. In Texas, a gunman walked into a Sunday service with a shotgun. In California, a church potluck turned into a crime scene. These stories aren't isolated. Churches remain soft targets unless we prepare. Church security isn't just about weapons. It's about wisdom. It's the proactive planning, people, technology, policies, and training that allows your church to remain open to all while still protecting those inside. Because safety isn't the enemy of faith, it's an expression of it. Let's walk through what building a layered church security plan actually looks like. It's not complicated, but it does require intentionality. Whether your church has 50 members or 5,000, these are the 6 steps that will lay the foundation for a safer sanctuary. We'll talk about assessing your risk, building a plan, training a team, and getting the right kind of legal protection in place. If you want a printable version of this framework for your church leadership team, we've got a full checklist available, linked in the description. For a lot of churches, this is where things start to feel overwhelming. Cameras, sensors, panic buttons, AI detection. It can sound expensive or out of reach, but the truth is technology doesn't have to replace your people. It should support them, and it doesn't have to break your budget. Even a few well-placed cameras and a simple alert system can prevent theft. Reassure your members and give your volunteers tools that help, not hinder, their mission. Later in the video, I'll show you some sample costs based on church size so you can make informed decisions without overspending. Let's talk dollars and cents. Some churches think they have to spend $50,000 or more a year to have real protection. But for many congregations, especially small ones, an effective security program can start at just a few thousand a year. That said, doing it halfway can be risky. If your team isn't trained, if you're not legally covered, or if your doors are wide open on weeknights with no plan in place, that can create a liability greater than the cost of prevention. A small investment now can prevent a heartbreaking and costly event later. Every church has to find the balance between doing it yourself and bringing in help. I've seen both work. I've seen volunteer teams step up with courage and clarity. I've also seen churches hire professional security for big events and do it well. The key is to know your limits. Volunteers need structure, training, and coverage. Professionals come with experience, but at a cost. For many churches, a hybrid model works best. Volunteers on Sunday, outside help on high-risk days, and no matter what, make sure your people are trained, protected, and legally covered. This is where my past life in law enforcement really comes into play. Every decision your team makes, whether it's locking a door, detaining someone, or drawing a weapon, comes with legal consequences. And every state is different. In Texas, churches can authorize carry under certain guidelines. In New York, firearms in houses of worship are generally banned unless specifically approved. That's why it's essential to review your state's laws and consult with legal counsel. And if you've got armed volunteers, make sure they're not just trained, but insured. Because when someone acts on behalf of the church carries the responsibility. If you've ever looked for outside help, you know the market is all over the place. Some companies offer great training, but no insurance. Others bundle hardware you don't really need. Right to Bear stands apart because they focus on what most others don't: legal protection for your people. You don't just get self-defense coverage. Your membership gets you pure peace of mind, clear guidelines, and support that's built specifically for churches, especially those with armed or volunteer teams. But don't just take my word for it. We put together a side-by-side comparison so you can see which option fits your mission, budget, and risk level. I've served with volunteers who didn't have a military or law enforcement background, but they had a servant's heart and a sharp mind. Volunteers can absolutely become a security asset, but they need more than a walkie-talkie and good intentions. They need training, role play, clear policies, and support. The good news, you don't have to start from scratch. We've created a full church security training checklist you can use to get your team moving in the right direction. Events like Easter, youth lock-ins, and guest speakers bring in more people and more risk. Don't wait until the morning of to create a plan. Set roles in advance, walk the exits, assign medical and comms responsibilities. Practice what you'd do if someone got disruptive, or worse. Events are a chance to practice your plan in real time, not just go through the motions. A safer church isn't one that shuts its doors. It's one that watches over them. This isn't about fear, it's about faithfulness. When you take security seriously, your community feels safer. Your leaders feel more confident, and your ministry becomes stronger, not weaker. I've seen what can happen when churches are caught off guard, and I've seen what happens when they're prepared. Right to Bear is more than a legal plan. It's a partner in peace, a team that helps your team stand firm, spiritually, legally, and practically, because the people who stand watch should never stand alone. If this video was helpful, I'd encourage you to read the full blog post. It goes deeper into each step, and we got a whole series on church security you can explore. And while you're here, join Right to Bear. It's one less thing to worry about and one more way to protect the people who matter most.